You're listening to Fourth and Pain, the best sports and entertainment show in the world today. And that's the bottom line, because Adam Carriker said so.
Ooh, Stone Cold promo week continues here on Fourth and Pain, the only football and pro wrestling show to be hosted by an NFL player with a weight loss champion. That right there, former Cornhusker and Redskins defensive end, Adam Carriker.
You have to forgive me. My voice is a little scratchy. I'm sucking on a lozenge. We should be all right, though.
Nah,
I'm
make
going
it
to push through.
That's only 11 minutes of your time. Former wrestling announcer, weight loss champion Chuck Carroll here. Be sure to give the show a follow at Fourth and Pain, mandatory for all Nebraska and Redskins fans. We tweet out new content 1 p.m. Eastern each and every weekday. For the first time this season, we are actually giving away a Fourth and Pain title belt, and I can think of absolutely no better player to give it to this week than the man that had 3 touchdowns against the Chicago Bears this past Sunday. Roy Helu, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on again, and thanks for the title.
Dude,
you earned it.
Absolutely. 3 touchdowns against the Chicago Bears. For a red zone machine.
It was an awesome experience, especially with the type of game we were in. We were going through a lot of adversity, and to be able to contribute with that amount of touchdowns was just awesome towards a win.
Now, I know that because Adam there is hosting the show, we also have a strong audience out in Husker land. Is this a performance, if you had to compare it to any one game that you had while at Lincoln, what game would that be, Roy?
It's an interesting question. Okay, well, it's a very memorable game. We also got a win, so I would say probably the Missouri game, because of it was that memorable, and it also contributed in the win as well.
Are you talking about the Missouri game, October 30th, 2010? You set the single game rushing record with 307 yards for University of Nebraska.
Yeah, that's the game. That would be it, Adam.
Yeah. I was ready with that one, man, because you actually hold 2 records. You hold a Redskins record as well. You hold a single game receiving record with 14 catches. That game was also known as the John Beck checkdown game, but a record you earned nonetheless.
Wow, you know what? Contrary to that opinion, there were some routes that were designated for me to be number 1 in. So thank you very much.
Oh, I'm not trying to take anything away from you. I'm just having more fun at John Beck's expense than anything.
The John Beck check. Good Lord.
How dare you?
He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
You're listening to Fourth and Pain with Adam Carriker, our guest this week's Fourth and Pain champion, Roy Helu. And Roy, this season so far has to be that much sweeter, seeing as though you were out all of last year with a foot injury. How you feeling so far, man?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, first, I feel very well health-wise. It just seems to be that I keep on getting healthier, and it's just also with the toe injury, it's just one of those things you have to keep on top of with treatment. So that's what I've been trying to do my due diligence and be disciplined in that. And secondly, just being a part of something bigger than myself again. It's just an awesome experience, especially being a part of the Redskins organization and so, yeah, just really grateful, really thankful to be back.
Now, let me ask you one more dweeby football question here on the Washington side of things before we open it up and talk some Husker football, have some fun there. This year, you're being used more inside the red zone. Roy, my question is this. What is it about your style of play that makes you suited for situations inside the 20?
I really don't think it's anything about my skill set other than I just get opportunities. When my number's called on, I just try to do the best of my ability. I know it's really cliche, but really I really do try to do my best. And it just so happened that this week I was in the red zone more often than usual just because we were going through no huddle offense. Whenever we do that, we try to get people in rotation to try to give relief to guys who are running all the time. So I was just more in relief of Alfred Morris than anything.
Now, I'm a defensive guy, so I don't know much about your playbook, but I've heard the term turbo thrown around, and I heard a stat the other day that when the turbo, I guess that's the no huddle offense. When you guys are on the field, you average 11 yards per play in turbo. Are you more comfortable in turbo to you, or does it matter to you if you're going the normal pace or the faster pace? What's your preference, or do you have one?
No, I actually like exactly the way that we're utilizing turbo, because to play at that pace you use up a lot of energy, and for offensive line, it just wouldn't be as clean of a game if we hadn't practiced all year to do turbo all the time. So the way we're utilizing it right now is just whenever a coach feels that we have an advantage or a good look, we just roll with it. But no preference really, other than the way we're using it sprinkled in the offense.
Now, transitioning to Nebraska a little bit, what have you seen out of the Huskers this year? What's your impression of them?
Sorry, can you say that again, Adam?
What have you seen out of the Huskers this year, and what do you expect going forward in the second half of the season from the Huskers?
Well, unfortunately, I haven't seen much film on them or seen them play live, just because of the distance we are from them, and we don't really get that great of coverage. But from what I hear and what I was kind of guessing what happened, is that adversity has made them stronger as a team. And I've seen the last game that they had was against, what was it, Illinois, and they just really put it on them. So I also seen that, is his name Armstrong, the quarterback who's stepping in for Taylor?
Tommy
Yeah,
Armstrong.
He's doing a great job. Tommy Armstrong. It looks like he's been executing at a high level too. So that's pretty good for their future. But as of right now, I think adversity has just made them stronger, and they look like they're executing at a higher level. So obviously, I'm optimistic. Just being a former Cornhusker and being through tough times there, I know that we chose to be stronger from it. So I'm hoping that that'll be true the rest of the season as well.
Talk to me about Ameer Abdullah.
Yeah. Well, okay, I have seen Ameer on a couple of highlights, and he had one nasty run a couple of weeks ago, their last game, where he made a guy miss and then accelerated through the rest of the defense to score. But I'm a big fan of Ameer. He works his tail off in the off season. I worked out with the team and got to compete against them and with him. And he's just a vicious competitor. I have so much respect for him and his play. And really, his athleticism and his strength is only increasing because of that. And overall, I'm just impressed by him.
You grew up watching the Huskers and a Husker fan. We've discussed this a couple of times in the locker room. Give me your top 3 Husker running backs of all time. Your favorite 3 Husker running backs ever.
Oh man, okay. This one might be pretty simple. Number 1, Rex Burkhead. Number 2, I'd have to say I'd already put Ameer there. I'm not impressed by Ameer.
Wow.
Yeah. And number 3, any of the Heisman Trophy winners, substitute them. But obviously I didn't get to play with them. But yeah, I was Mike Rozier or any of the guys who have won Heisman trophies there. But I know it seems kind of weird, but I guess it is what it is with my rankings.
Roy Helu here on Fourth and Pain. The final question belongs to you. As always, you've been on the show once before, so the final question is yours. Now is your chance, Roy, to ask Adam anything.
Oh, man, I forgot about this. Okay. Let me see. Anything, huh, Adam?
Anything. Doesn't mean you like the answer, though.
Okay. If you were a woman, what Hollywood actor would you date?
Phenomenal question.
Oh.
First of all, that is the best question we have ever received on this program, bar none.
Worst question in history.
No, he's getting the tag team title belt for that.
Okay.
That's how good it is.
Wow. Okay, so if I was
Adam, it just came off the spot.
That's a horrible question.
You have wow.
The Hollywood woman, which actor would I want to date? Is that what you said?
Exactly.
Oh Lord, how does one even answer this?
That is the greatest question of all time.
I'm gonna
He's got
go
to answer,
with,
right, Chuck? He's got to answer.
It's mandatory.
I'm gonna answer.
It's
I'm gonna
mandatory.
answer. I will answer. I'm gonna go with Jack Nicklaus just because nobody can take anything negative from that.
Wow. Okay.
The man is such an elderly man. He's such an elderly, wise individual. There's no way that could come back and bite me. He's clearly in another dimension from me.
Holy cow.
So that's who I'm going with.
This is automatically
man.
my favorite interview of all time.
Thank
you
says
so
too
much.
That says too much of Adam that he even answered it. So thank you
I
guys.
have to answer it. I have to
Wow.
answer it, man. I got no choice.
Roy Helu, you are getting the title belt twice for that question alone. Thank you so very much.
After that,
Wow.
Strip you with the title belt.
That is a two-time Fourth and Pain champion. Roy Helu, thank you so very much for your time, and thank you so very much for that question.
Thank you for most of it, Roy.
Absolutely, Chuck. Yeah, thanks, Adam. Thanks for having me, guys.
This is Fourth and
Appreciate
Pain. We will be right back.